What's going on, Star Wars nerds? It's Fan First Wednesday today. We got a lot to cover, so let's get going. Alright, so the Hasbro Pulse channel put out a video today updating everybody on their Fan First Wednesday about what kind of figures we got in the market, what's coming up soon, what we can expect, and what's going on with the HasLab projects as well. I'm going to do all the work in half the time and just spool this thing up, so let's start with number one. First thing we got, the Prototype Stormtrooper. So this is a collection that I find is interesting. It's not really my bag. I'm not really into this kind of stuff, but it's cool. It's the retro collection. You can see the Stormtrooper basically is kind of put in different plastic colors to maybe look like before it goes into paint. I'm not huge into them, but that's cool. Anybody who does collect these things, the card backs are really cool looking, so great. If you want it, get it. Coming up next, and one I'm really excited about, is the 6-inch Gaming Greats Jet Trooper. Any of you that know me know that I am way into the prequel stuff. I love my prequel figures. I'm not huge on the Black Series 6 inches. I think they're really cool. I think the molds are great, but I'm a 3.75 guy. But this thing looks gorgeous. So I'm really excited for this one to come out. This is going to be a GameStop exclusive. You're going to pre-order tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, I'm not going to say that every single time. Almost all of these are 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for pre-orders, so just keep that in mind. That was it for the Black Series Gaming Greats. We just got one, so we're going to move right into the vintage collection, which is what I think a lot of people like. But something I'm not a huge fan of, they're pretty cool looking, are the Carbonized editions. So basically what they did is they're taking these figures and they're kind of making them metallic and shiny. It's kind of interesting. I don't know why they did it, but a couple of them are pretty cool. So first one on the list is going to be the Armor Carbonized. One thing I do love is the card backs on these things. They're just really pretty looking. This is going to be her standing in front of the forge. Obviously, she comes with her blacksmith tools. These things are pretty sweet, so I might have to snag one of these. But like I said, I'm not huge into the Carbonized collection. Next up is going to be the Incinerator Trooper. I have the original version. It's a great little figure. It's got a great sculpt, really good paint on it. But if you like these carbonized ones, same price, go out and grab one. They're about 19 bucks. You can get yourself a shiny. Next up in the Carbonized is going to be Moff Gideon. I thought they did a really good job with the sculpt on his face for the vintage collection. It looks really good. Comes with the dark saber. Once again, it's an awesome card back. It's him standing on top of the TIE Fighter, which is just so cool. But again, this is a figure that we've had before. We just got something in the Carbonized, which is the same thing with our next one. We've got the Shore Trooper. This one's kind of cool because he sort of looks like a golden stormtrooper. Just another one of these vintage collections that they're very posable. They're actually really awesome for a 3.75. So highly recommended. If you don't have them, go grab one. Personally, I like the original vintage collection a little bit better, but hey, to each their own. And moving right along, we move into the Black Series again. You're going to be getting the 6-inch figures. Now, these guys are a little bit more expensive. You're looking about 27 bucks, but this is the credit collection. So if you've never seen the credit collection before, these figures are kind of interesting because the paints are weird. They really give me like a Sabine kind of feel. All the colors are really bright. They're kind of funky. It just reminds me of Sabine's armor. Every single one of these paints just kind of reminds me of it. They are cool looking, and you get a little credit chit with every single one that you buy, which is cool. I think I'm just more for the realism when it comes to the figures, so I like that a little bit more. But like I said, if you're into these things, they are pretty sweet looking. So we're gonna start with Mando. Right here you can see he's got kind of an interesting paint job. He's got like a highlight blue cape. He's got some purple on his bracers, a little bit of blue on his helmet. Kind of an interesting paint job on there. It's cool to look at, I'll tell you that much. So next up on the list, we got the 6-inch Quill figure. Now, as far as I know, he's going to be 6 inches tall. I don't know if he's going to be scaled to Mando if you were to put the two together. I actually don't know. So interesting to see. Maybe I'll grab one of him just to see how he lines out. Obviously another credit collection, so you get the credit chit and then that great art for the card back as well. Next up on the list is Greef Karga. He's got more of a Lando looking robe for this one. Again, those kind of fun, funky, bright colors with that great card back art. Just really interesting stuff there. And another Moff Gideon. Again, you've got the dark saber, great art on the card back. Really bright looking costume. Still has the red on the inside, but now he's more of a blue tone, which is kind of cool. These things are just kind of funky. I don't know. And then last on the list for the credit collection is going to be the Armorer. Now this one's kind of cool because she's actually going to come with a jetpack, which is not something that she comes with on any other line. You'll get the credit chit, obviously. This card back is really cool looking. I'm a big fan of the card back on this one. And this guy is going to be a GameStop exclusive. So check them out. You can hit the pre-orders, but spring 2022 for the shelves. All right, so moving right along. Next one we have is the Black Series Mandalorian and Grogu. So this one's kind of cool because this harkens back to the first season, chapter 2, when we got the Mudhorn scene. And so this is going to be Mando all caked in mud and looking really grimy. Obviously, he's got his standard weapons, but there's also a Grogu with him with the first pram that we saw. The pram being the little baby carrier. Obviously that got changed, but this is going to be the original one. He finds him one in chapter 1. So that's a cool one. I'll be getting that one for sure. Obviously it also comes with little Grogu as well. He's going to have his eyes closed and his hands stretched out, using the Force to pick up the Mudhorn. And then after that, I'm so excited about this. So this one's really cool. This is a 3.75 pack. So basically what they did is they changed the packaging to this really interesting little white cardboard box, and they're going to give you 4 troopers in the box. It's expensive. Now these are 3.75s and it's going to be $42 for the pack of 4. But basically you're going to get 3 of your standard troopers and then 1 trooper with a pauldron designating him as the squad leader. Now this is really, really cool because there are a lot of people out there that want to build troops, right? They want to build an army of their stormtroopers, but buying each little vintage collection one by one and getting those 3.75s can be pretty costly. So this is really cool. What I'm most excited about is that they said this is going to be something big moving forward. So I'm waiting for the phase 1 troopers because I need clones. I need a lot of clones. So I'm looking forward to spending a little bit of cheddar and building a troop up quickly. I'm excited for that. Right after that, we got the awesome news that the number 200 figure for the vintage collection is going to be none other than himself, Emperor Palpatine. Now, what's cool about this guy is he's got a soft goods cape. He's going to have the cane. He'll have his lightning hands, but they did a different sculpt for his face where he's got the angry face on. It looks really cool. This is one of those ones I would probably buy and keep on card back because this is going to be worth some buku bucks later on down the road. And we're also getting Lobot. So I know we're getting another Lobot, but this is a redesign. They made a point to mention that his sleeves were going to be poofier. The detail is a little more intense on this guy. This is good for anybody who got the Carbonite freezing chamber last year. If you're looking for people to fill that out, this is going to be a good one for you. We're also getting a Return of the Jedi Bib Fortuna. This guy looks pretty cool. They were saying that the face sculpt is definitely different on this one, and it looks to be because there's a lot more detail down towards his chin, and his little head tails look just a little more crisp. They look nice. So this is going to come with a card back with a shot from Return of the Jedi, which is awesome. Just a nice looking piece. Which brings us to possibly the most disappointing portion of it for me. In several aspects. Once we got to the end, they were saving up the big bangers, and we got the Force Effects Elite announcement, which is apparently their attempt to make some really nice replica sabers. I know some of the Force Effects stuff they've put out in the past has been not so great. Some of the hilt designs were amazing, other ones were almost laughable, but we're getting another Ray saber. So this is the Scavenger Saber. It is cool how they did, it looks like a real leather wrap on the hilt, which is awesome. The design looks pretty solid, so that's cool. I was just kind of hoping for something else. I don't know, we already got that in the Legacy Saber. I was kind of hoping for maybe another like cool EU character, something we could really sink our teeth into, but for everybody out there that loves the sequels, good for you. When they were all said and done there, we get the usual pipeline reveals. Basically what that means is this stuff is in the works. They just don't have a date for it yet, but it's stuff we're going to be getting. So Black Series, we're going to be getting a Palpatine, a Skiff Lando, a 3PO, and a Dengar, which I am super excited about. Really looking forward to that. And for the Vintage Collection, we're going to be getting a Yoda, another 501st, a Mandalorian Death Watch Airborne Trooper, and Figrin Dan, which I am just stoked about. And then we're also going to be getting a Leia saber from the sequel trilogy, which is a really cool looking saber. I love it because it's Princess Leia. She's one of my favorite characters in the world, and the saber is gorgeous. So for a Force Effects Elite, I think it's going to be a really nice saber. But as usual, I feel like there are better avenues than Hasbro for lightsabers. Lastly, we rolled into an update for the HasLab Razor Crest, which I know everybody has been patiently waiting to get their hands on. It was a huge subscriber backing. I want to say they got something like 28,000 backers for it, which is super cool. I was kind of hoping for an update on the Rancor because that's the next HasLab project. Hopefully we'll get something soon. They're saying fall 2021 before we hear some more stuff. I'm super jealous because I couldn't get my hands on one of these Razor Crest. I really want it, but I'm looking forward to all the other YouTubers putting out a video taking a look at it. Unfortunately for them, they have just announced it's going to be delayed again until early 2022. They said January, but we'll see what happens. And that's it. That's what happened at Fan First Wednesday today for Star Wars. There was some good stuff in there. I think there was some stuff I would have liked to have seen that we didn't, but that's okay. You can't always get what you want. So all in all, it was a nice little bit of Star Wars that we're getting as we're in a little bit of a break here as we move forward into the rest of the content for the season. So I hope this guy's helped you out. You didn't have to sit down and watch the whole thing. They do have some interesting stuff, so I will link the video description down below if you want to go back and watch that. I know I missed a couple dates in there, but pretty much everything is going to be pre-order tomorrow, obviously other than the pipeline stuff. So get you while it's ready. We got some figures to get. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. May the Force be with you always.